Good morning. Around this time of year, and this year of COVID is absolutely no exception, we begin to hear songs and carols that are so familiar to us. So familiar that sometimes we forget to listen to the message that they contain. Today I'm going to focus on one such carol, Silent Night, and the fascinating story it contains. For me, Silent Night has two very special memories. Firstly, it was the carol that my daughter first sung solo in St James Church at midnight mass. I think it was about 1990. Her friend Busy accompanied her on the flute, and Louise was so nervous, but a quick mouthful of Barbara's hot toddy, I'm not sure what was in it, but it soon dispelled that problem for her. My second special memory of singing Silent Night was in 1999 in the Church in the Nativity in Bethlehem. Inside the church, for those of you that haven't been, is the grotto containing the place of Jesus' birth. As our party sang, so did a party of Japanese tourists, not a dry eye in that grotto afterwards. Silent Night is one of the most popular carols across the world, having been translated in over 200 languages. Maybe the fact that Silent Night is known and loved in so many countries explains why the carol helped to bring peace during one of the bloodiest wars that the world has ever experienced. Many of you will have heard of the famous truce which occurred between the German and British soldiers on the 24th of December 1914. Many soldiers recorded this extraordinary event in letters that they sent home from the front line. These letters explain how, as Christmas Eve drew in, British soldiers watched in surprise as German troops first began to place makeshift Christmas trees on the ridge of the German trenches. Soon, after the enemy soldiers waved to each other and shouted Christmas greetings, then a few German soldiers came gingerly over the top of the trenches to retrieve their dead and wounded comrades from the battlefield. British soldiers followed their example until no man's land was cleared of the dead and the dying. Although the pause in fighting had brought a welcome sense of calm, both sides were still very much divided. Then, through the cold, starry night, a lone German soldier began to sing Stille Nacht. What followed was both sides singing more well-known carols, some being sung at the same time in both German and English. Then soldiers ventured over the top of the trenches again, this time to exchange smiles, show photographs of loved ones, and even play football together. It is very fitting that Silent Night started this peaceful chain of events, as the carol reminds us that the birth of Jesus fulfilled the prophecies of many in Israel. Prophecies that spoke of a saviour who could bring peace and calm into the most unlikely situations. This is captured well by the prophet Isaiah, 700 years before the birth of Jesus. The wolf will live with the lamb, and the panther lie down with the kid, the calf, the lion, and the stock beast together, with a little boy to lead them. The infant will play over the den of the adder. The baby will put his hand into the viper's lair. No hurt, no harm will be done on all my holy mountain, for the country will be full of knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Silent Night also highlights a mystery of the Christian faith, that God became one of us and entered into our world as a vulnerable baby, dependent on the care of those around him, and like all children, especially on the care of his mother, Mary. God continues to set us upon the same mission of caring for his children and all his creation through the love we show to the world and all the people from within it. From his birth, Jesus helped us to recognize that everyone is a child of God, made in his image and worthy of love and respect. This is what happened on Christmas Eve 1914, when the message of Silent Night brought together enemy soldiers who by Christmas Day morning were playing football as friends. As followers of Christ, we are to witness this same love through our words and our actions. This is what it means to be a missionary, someone sent out by God to make Christ's love known on earth, not just at Christmas, but all year round. Next time you listen to Silent Night, as you listen, or maybe even sing, which of course we're now allowed to do, social distancing outside, reflect on its message and think about how you can bring God's peace into the world today. You could do this in a practical way, for example, by challenging opinions that make enemies of those who are different, or by praying for peace in a war-torn country. Amen.